Hello friends, you're with the Lonesome Gamer and I'm playing Fortune and Glory. And well, I'm in a pretty bad position now. As you can see here, we have 3 villains on the board. Teresa has joined the team with the card Nazi Commander. She is now here in this adventure and she's trying to get the helmet of the Crimson Hand. So and my two people are here, Alexander Cartwright and Duke Dudley. But to fight her is probably not a good idea because she's got these orders to kill which give her +5 fight dice. And then she comes with this Hydra card which gives her +2 wound and the Nazi gold +2 fight dice. So I guess this is not exactly what we should do. The track is the villain track is at 8 now, and that is a real threat because following my house rule at 12 the game is lost. So the villain only needs 4 more steps to win this game, and this is actually possible in 1 turn. It's not even so hard to do in 1 turn, especially if there are 3 villains in play. So I thought about moving to the Zeppelin here with the Duke and Alexander Cartwright. They can use the adventure plane to go there, and then destroying the Zeppelin. That would give me the opportunity to move the villain track backwards. And in addition I could gain this fortune here. So that's the plan. And furthermore, the walls are closing in around Sharon Hunter here in South Africa. So she better finds a way to deal with that cliffhanger. Finally, I made 2 mistakes. First one, I forgot that Alexander Cartwright gained 1 glory when he did a hit to Teresa, because she's a villain, and if you do a hit to a villain, you gain 1 glory. Second of all, and Daniel Potter actually, he posted me this because I have the 1st edition rulebook, but in the 2nd edition rulebook it says that if you remove a villain from the board, then it's automatically fully healed. So that would mean that Colonel Stahl now loses his wound. I think this is a pretty tough rule because that makes it nearly impossible to kill the villains. I mean, it is really hard already because especially if they come with henchmen like the Nazi villains, but now it's close to impossible, I think. I mean, you got to be really lucky now. Anyway, let's try it this way, and yeah, let's see what the next turns bring. Maybe this is my last video. If I'm unlucky, this could be absolutely the case. So Sharon Hunter's first player, and we roll for movement. Okay, so but she's not allowed to move because of this trap. And now we have Alexander Cartwright, and he can also roll for movement. That's a 5, but he will stay here. He won't move now because he wants to go with with Duke Dudley. Use the adventure plane. And they roll now 2 dice. And that is a 6. So these two... they now move here. 1, 2, 3. To the Pacific Northwest. And now we come to the adventure phase. And here we need now a lore or a cunning test. So she's got a lore of 3. And that is, by the way, also her last danger to overcome. So if she manages to deal with these, with this trap here, then she has found the heart of the cursed eye. Okay, let's see what we got. Well, that's 1 success. And yes, she made it. Great. So she gained 3 glory. And 4 fortune. If she sells them in a big city, she will gain 5 fortune for this. Overall, we now have, at the moment we have actually just 9 fortune, and we need 30. But as I said, if we sell these 2 items here in a big city, they would bring us together 10 fortune. And then we have here the secret delivery. So let's say we're a little lucky with that, maybe 3 fortune for that. And if we manage to get this this fortune here from the Nazis, then that would be 4, let me see, 14 plus 9. That would be actually already 23 fortune. So we only needed 7 more then to win the game. But this is a long, long way to go. So let's see what these 2 guys can do now. First they have to fight the Nazi soldier over there. And, well, Duke Dudley can do this with his rifle. It gives him 2 additional combat points, fight dice, and the first fight round of any fight, your attacks are resolved before your opponent's attack. So this is really strong. In addition, he's got a combat bonus +2 when fighting against Nazis. So overall, he's got now 7 fight dice. And the Nazis have 3 wounds. So we have a pretty good chance to kill him before he can even fire back. That would be great. Yeah, so these are 7 fight dice now. Yeah, that looks good. It's just enough. Great. So we did it. We killed this guy. And that gives him 3 glory. Not absolutely sure. I think technically both of them did fight this Nazi, so I think both of them will gain 3 glory. And now we will sneak aboard the Zeppelin. Both of us will do this. And this Zeppelin has a search value of 5. And because it's heavily guarded, we'll have to pick 2 numbers now. And for each number of these 2 numbers that we roll, each of the heroes has to fight the Nazi soldiers. So I'll take 1 and 2. Oh, let's hope we're lucky here. Okay, that could have been worse, but definitely also better. So each hero has to fight now 2 Nazi soldiers to destroy the Zeppelin. And to make things a little more difficult, no guns or explosives may be used during a fight aboard the Zeppelin. So he can't use his rifle. He's got now a combat value of 5 because he's a patriot. And the Nazi soldiers have 4 fight dice. This is not gonna be easy. Oh my god. Well, I was successful, but I took 2 wounds. Because I got 1 defense. Okay. Here we go. And then let's do the first fight with Alexander Cartwright. He's got a combat value of 3. This is not gonna be easy. That's bad. Nazis take 1 wound. He also takes 1 wound. Okay, it could be worse. Second round of the fight. Again, both 1 wound. And now the last, hopefully the last round of the fight. Ugh! Oh, that's painful. We take 2 more wounds. Oh god. Well, that could have been much, much better. Damn. But they are killed, at least something. Okay, so it's 3 glory that both of them gain for killing these Nazis. Let's see. 5 and 5 here. So like this and like that. And now we have to fight the second enemy. And again, the Duke will start. Just let me see. Yeah. Yeah, like this. Okay. Okay. Okay, that was kind of a self-sacrifice. He killed them. Oh no, he's still alive actually. He just has 2 wounds right now, so he takes 2 more wounds. And that means he's got 4 wounds. But that's okay for now. He is still alive. And he gains 3 more glory. And now we come to the interesting part. He can only take 1 more wound. If he doesn't manage to kill them before he's dead, then this whole action was wasted actually. Okay, let's see. Nope. Okay, let's try it again. Okay, that's it. Yeah, that was it, man. Okay, we're killed. Cartwright got killed. So, yeah, we were not successful in destroying the Zeppelin, and I guess that's it then. That's probably it. Yeah, I think now during the next, yeah. Ugh. I really have my doubts if we can win this now. Okay. Oh. So, let's do the villain phase now. Oh yeah, that looks bad. Vile tactics. Roll once on the Vile Organization's tactics chart. Move the villain track one step forward. Evil has a way of spreading quickly. Yes, I'm afraid too quick. So we are at 9 already now. And then we got to roll on this Vile tactics chart here. Let's see what that is. That's a 5. So that says occupation. The Nazis have started pushing their way into nearby cities as a show of force. Place a Nazi occupation marker in any city that is touched by a space with a Nazi soldier figure in it. These cities have become occupied by the Nazis. Anytime a hero moves into an occupied city, their move immediately ends, and they must draw a Nazi enemy's card to fight. If defeated, the occupation marker is removed and the city is liberated, as the Nazis have been driven out. Okay. Well, again, I have problems with the language here. Does any mean everywhere where cities are adjacent to any Nazi figures, or does it mean just I can choose one city? I think the latter is the case. I hope so. Okay, so after checking again one language page in the internet, I think any means a single one, and I can choose which one that would be. And after thinking a little bit, I now realized that was a completely stupid idea to sneak into the Zeppelin with 2 characters. I simply should have taken the Duke. He might have had a much better chance than Alexander, and I have absolutely no advantage by using 2 characters sneaking in there. So yeah, that was just terribly stupid, actually. But okay, I made it wrong. I did this mistake here. It's definitely a tough one, and that was really a vital mistake. Anyway, okay, so now I got to place this occupied marker somewhere, and well, let's occupy Washington. Why not? Okay. And so I think yeah, that was the Vile tactics. Now we come to the outpost phase, and this time we don't have to place a Nazi. And then we come to the Zeppelin phase again, and well, the Zeppelin will move in the direction of Persia. So let's see. That is a 5. Well, that is probably not enough, but I'm not absolutely sure. If he moves here around the Pacific, across the Pacific, so it's 1, 2, then he'll end up here. And then that would be 4, 5, so you could make it to India this way, or to China. 1, 2, 4, 5. And the other way around would be, well, that would be longer. That's 1 to 3, yeah, that's for sure. Well, you could move to the Mediterranean too. It's basically the same. Not sure where to move it. I think I move with the Zeppelin to China. I think that's fine. Okay. And yeah. So now we come to the villain adventure phase, and now it's gonna be really interesting. First, it's again Herr Teufel. He's here at the temple. This is here, the Temple of Darkness. Well, let's see what happens here. He's got 4 search dice. Oh, that's great. So we might have a chance to do a next turn, maybe, if we're lucky. And then it's Colonel Stahl. And he now has actually 3 search dice to find the temple here. And all he needs is a 4, 5, or 6. And this time he had found it. So then he can actually search with 3 dice, and that is 1 success. But he also takes 2 wounds, so that means his 2 henchmen are killed. Oh, is that so? No, it isn't. He doesn't take a hit, but a wound. So I might have played that wrong before. But the henchmen are only killed, I guess, if he takes a hit. If he takes a wound, then, well, he obviously takes a wound. I'm not sure if I did this right before. Okay, anyway. And then he had 1 success, so... Here we go. And then it's Tracer. She's got 4 search dice. Well, it's also not very good. 3 wounds and 1 success. So I was lucky here. Okay, great. So we're still alive. Let's see what the next turn brings. Well, before we start the next turn, we have to create a new artifact. So that's the eyes. Oh, that doesn't bring a lot of money, that's bad. Of Medusa. A temple would have been great here, but this is not so good. And we have, when recovering the artifact, you must either take d6 hits or discard an ally that is with you. Fantastic. And then this is in the Great White North. Okay. Up here. The Duke is heavily wounded. Alexander is fit again, and he's the first player in this turn. So, yeah. It's really hard. Okay, let's see what we can do. That's a 6. This is not so bad. Maybe we can try again to sneak inside the Zeppelin. We have to risk these things now. So I think that would be fine. So that's 1. Oh no, that's a 2 actually. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's just enough. That's great. So that is 2, 3, 4. And then he ends up here. And then it's 5 and 6. So he's now in China. And he can try again to sneak aboard the Zeppelin. And now it's the Duke, and he better goes into a city to heal. Oh, that was a 1, and that was terribly stupid because I had that plane. Ugh. That happens if you're not... Okay, that gives me an event card. Well, that is a very good card. I don't think so. Play to cancel any event card or villain event. Play to cancel any city card on the d6 roll of 3. Well, maybe that's worth it. That could be worth it. Problem is, we're here in the Northwest Pacific, and I think what I will simply do is I will attack one of the Nazis, maybe the one here in the southwest. Yeah, why not? And well, I could also move. No, I think what I do is I move here and try to get the eyes of Medusa. Maybe I'm lucky. I mean, there's not so much to lose. If I die, I die. I'm dead already. And then it's Sharon Hunter. Let's see what she can do. I have no idea. That's a 2. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, her options are really limited. Okay, so now she's got a +1 with the expedition truck, and she's got -1 when moving, when entering sea spaces, and -1 again when entering sea spaces. So, because of the well-traveled thing. So that would bring her down to -2. So, but a limit of 1, of course. So altogether now she has a movement of 3, and so she can enter the South Atlantic for 1. She can enter the Atlantic for another 1, and then she can actually go to New York. And because that's a big city, that would give her the opportunity to sell these 2 items for 5 fortune each. So that is definitely an advantage. Okay. So let's see. Let's do the adventure phase of Alexander. Again, he sneaks onto the Zeppelin, and that means now that he picks 2 numbers. Well, let's say we do we take a, I don't know, a 1 and a 3 this time. That's, well, not that great. Okay, so we have to fight 2 Nazi soldiers. Okay. Whoa, that was awesome. No damage from me, and I killed them. That was a great start. It's really hard to believe how stupid that idea was to sneak aboard a Zeppelin with 2 people instead of 1. Okay. And now next try. Well, that was bad. Okay, that was terrible. So we take 3 wounds and they don't take any. Okay. Still we have a chance. We're lucky, we can do it. That's 1 more wound for me and 1 for them. Damn, it's gonna be close. So I'm now at 4 wounds. I can only take 2 more. Well, actually I could take 1 wound and then we'll see about that. Yeah, that is just okay. I can take another wound, and I also deal 1 wound. So that means I'm still alive, and I can go into the next fight round. But now we probably have to do it, and we probably will die. Yeah, that's good enough. Okay, we're killed, but we managed to destroy the Zeppelin in a heroic deed. So, yeah, but that's okay. That's worth it, I guess. So he is killed. Zeppelin is also destroyed. And we gained 3 glory for doing so. Then we have to roll a die to see how many glory you have to pay, because we were killed. These were 4 glory. Okay, fine. And now we come to the really interesting part. Well, first of all, we are of course healed. And now we can move the villain track backwards a D3. So, man, this is really important now. I need at least, I would say, well, it would be greater to have at least 2 points. Come on. Yes! Fantastic! That bought me some time. Alexander Cartwright, what a hero. So it's 1, 2, 3. They're back at 6. And now I have a real chance to win this. And in addition, I will gain these 2 fortune. Fabulous. That was great. Absolutely amazing. Okay, and then it's the Duke. Let's see what he can do. He is up here at the Eyes of Medusa. So, yeah. Takes the first card here. And that is Quicksand. Well, it's interesting to have here in Canada, in some icy mountains or so, quicksand. But weird things can happen. So that's... You've stumbled into quicksand. Get free before you sink. Okay, this is definitely not jungle, so here we don't have a problem. And we have an agility of... we need an agility test 5 plus 2 successes. So we have an agility of 3. Yeah, let's see. Well, that's 1 success. Come on. Yes, we made it. Great. So, gives me 3 glory. And now, I think what I'll do is, I think I'll camp now. Simply because I'm so badly wounded. Oops. So that allows me then to heal. Yeah, it is a little risky, but I think I'll do this. I have now definitely more time now that I'm here at 6. This is not so bad now. So I think it's okay for now to camp here and to recover from my wounds. Okay, and then it's Sharon Hunter. She's in a city, so she will draw a city card. And that is a shakedown. Well, that's not good, I think. Immediately lose D3 fortune or 1 gear. Okay, I think I will use a gear, of course. Yeah, I guess I throw away the forged papers. So, yeah. That's not exactly good, but it's not that terrible. It's definitely better than losing fortune. Okay, then I can sell these 2 items. And that gives me now 10 fortune, which is pretty good. It's quite a lot. So that means now that I am at exactly, well, that's exactly 21. So it's looking much better now. After I thought the game would be already over, And it definitely was close. If the villains would not have searched so badly during their adventures. But yeah, we were lucky here, and so it's looking much better now. And then she can actually buy. Well, she might buy. Not sure. She doesn't have that much money. I think she will buy some gear. And that's a Tommy gun. This is awesome. This is great. +4. And Eddie, try to be subtle. No problem. That is just absolutely fantastic. So it seems like finally my luck is changing, and I'm doing good. But let's see what the villain event brings. Well, that's a Dark Destiny. Okay, this card plays on the table while the villain have at least one artifact, that is Fate. All villains gain +1 search. This is not good. And they have one of these artifacts here, the Book of the Sacred Stone. So now we come to the question, is it worth cancelling this card? We can do this with I don't think so. It's really hard to say, actually. It's really hard to say. I mean, if we draw one of these cards here, which is, what is it? Darkness Spreads or something like that. Here's Search of Darkness, this card, which gives the villain an extra turn. And this is really deadly. So usually it's a good idea to keep these cards to cancel the Search of Darkness. On the other hand, I mean, there is one of these cards already gone now. So maybe it's worth to cancel this card. I mean, it's really painful. For each villain, an additional die. Yeah, I think I will play this card. I don't think so. And so that goes away now. Okay, and then we have the villain outpost step. And that is a 5, so we have to place a new Nazi soldier here in Arabia. Okay, this is here. And then the Zeppelin will enter the play again on a random location in the Amazon jungle, which is here. Well, it doesn't have to be so bad. I could go there again with Jack in the next turn, or with Alexander in the next turn, and try to sneak aboard the Zeppelin a second time. Could be an idea. And well, then we come to the villain adventure phase. And now it's again Herr Teufel, searching up here the temple. And this time, yeah, that's bad. Because of his knowledge, he has now 4 successes. Okay, let's see, that's just like this. And now there are 5 dangers overcome here, so we have to roll if the temple will collapse or not. Let's hope the best here. On a 1 it will. Yes! Fantastic! Well, that was a great turn actually. So the temple will collapse. So that means now first of all, he is removed from the board. That's a fact. And we have to roll, I think we have, I'm not sure actually. Yeah, we have to roll a 6-sided die to see how many wounds he takes. But because he cannot die of this, because he can take 8 wounds. And if this is true and he heals automatically if he's removed from the board, then there are, it doesn't matter actually. Okay, and another good news is, because the temple collapsed, he is now delayed. So he cannot enter the game during the next phase. And of course the Nazi soldier was killed, and then the temple is removed, which is a good thing, because there will be a new artifact then in the next turn. So that gives maybe Sharon Hunter the opportunity to go to a second artifact which is not guarded by any villain. Fine, well, that was a real good start. Then it's Colonel Stahl, and well, he's got a search value of 3, and yeah, he can search now the Tomb of Darkness. Let's see. That's okay. That's 1 hit for the Colonel. Actually, no, even 2 wounds for the Colonel. So how much can he take altogether? 7? Yeah, it's gonna be hard, but maybe we're lucky. So 2 wounds for the Colonel, and 1 success here. Okay, so here we go. And then it's Treza, and she's got 4, search value of 4. And well, she needs 3 successes to find the artifact. So if we're lucky, well, okay, we're not. This was obvious. I mean, that was definitely a success. So she managed to find the artifact, the helmet of the Crimson Hand. And yeah, so that gives them 2. Yeah, that gives them 2 additional points, actually. So this goes up here. But at least she goes away now. That is great. She's gone, and let's hope she stays away. Okay, and then we have to trade these 3 fortune into another step here on the villain track. So he's now at 9 again. But okay, I mean, it's not that terrible now. Herr Teufel is delayed. Colonel Stahl seems to be an idiot anyway. I mean, he couldn't find the temple for 3 turns, and he's also really... And yeah, he's not good in looting these temples. So I think we don't have to be afraid about him. Let's be an optimist. So I guess our chances are much better now. Well, he is now fit again, so he can enter the Zeppelin in the next turn once again, and let's see what artifacts come into play now. We have here the caverns. This is another temple, which is probably a good thing, of the monkey god. Another curse. During this adventure, your defense is reduced to 0 and may not be increased. Okay, so let's see where this appears. In the Caribbean. Well, that's interesting. Because this is definitely within reach of Sharon. And, well, maybe also within reach of him. So I'm actually thinking about maybe I will remove him from this adventure here and they try to loot the temple here together again. It's a little risky, but this can give them 6 fortune, and that's nearly enough to win the game. Well, not quite, of course. We would then be at 27, and then we have the secret delivery, and then if we manage to get this 2 fortune here from the Zeppelin, if we're lucky next turn, this could be an interesting idea to go here, but maybe we find another. Let's see what the next one is. Well, this is the valley, so that's another temple of the dead. So after all dangers, you must fight and defeat zombies to get the artifact. Okay, so let's see where this appears. In Italy. Yeah, this is not quite as interesting because it's a little further away. Okay. So, I think we had a really interesting and lucky video this time. The beginning was just terrible, but that was my own fault. I mean, I did this completely crazy mistake and entered the Zeppelin with 2 people. But the last 2 turns were okay. So, especially the last one, I think. Yeah, that was a good one. So, okay. Maybe we have a chance to win this. And I hope to see you in my next video. Until then, bye.